Alright, y'all, welcome back. Here we go. Okay. That's what I want to see, right? Oh, and this thing. Beautiful wall. And again, I'm using a 60 grit. I may have to go down to like 30. And I don't have anything rougher than this. So I'm gonna have to end up going and getting some supplies. I'm gonna try to bust it down a little bit with this. That is what it's doing to the sandpaper. Of course, this is a sanding block. It's made with sandpaper on it. And it's squishy, so I can get in between the diamond plate, which is those little T looking things. Probably try it with just this. So this is just killing my sandpaper. Of course, this sandpaper is very old, so God, I shouldn't have done that. Dang. Look right into the light. Yeah, okay, I can see now. I'll show you what I was doing. Give me a second. I started over here. See those, yeah. I'm gonna try to get the camera to focus on this. This is a good workout too, I guarantee you. I'm getting a good workout. Yeah, that's what I want to see. People will be like, if you're doing a custom paint and body for a car show, you do not want to see this. Because if you spray over it with, I'm not going to spray this thing, but see what that looks like? Custom color. Now if I sprayed that color on top of this, what you're gonna see is what I'm gonna point out. See these sand scratches? When you go and get your car repainted and they spray it with some metallic paint, custom paint, whatever color you want, and if they don't wet sand it, which this is what I want to see, because I'm putting on some, I'm not going to be using like car show paint. I'm using some really hard, like say truck bed liner that goes in the bed of your truck, and I'm going to coat this whole thing with some bed liner. But this is what I want to see for that type of paint, is those sand scratches. See, there's some going this way and you're going that way, sort of like an X. You want it going like an X. And this is the technique that you would use if you're block sanding, which would be like using a block. That's what you want to use. That's the technique. So if I was doing like say a hood on a truck, okay, I would definitely probably use like 120, like some yeah, there's some 120. This would be what I'd be using for like on the hood of a truck, or even 150, 200 grit, something like that. Which I could even go right down here. Performance Plus. This is called wet sandpaper. That's when you get a water hose out here. This would be what I use on my truck if I hadn't to do the same process on a pickup truck or a car or whatever. This would be the process I would use. .800 grit wet sandpaper. That is almost as thin as paper. And they do go, I did have, this is all I got of that, but that's 800 grit, which is professional grade sandpaper for wet sanding. I did have 1,000 and all the way up to 2,000 grit, which is almost as thin as your skin on your fingers. And that is for like custom job, like I showed you, like this. That's what I'm talking about. See the light and the reflection? Smooth as glass all the way across there. There's a few little imperfections. Of course, this was just a little bit of this is something I did. And I had a decal. This is a vinyl decal. And I was like, well, I was going to put the decal on my truck. So then I was like, and then something spilled on it, which is right there. I must have had this. You could see how it just came across. So, but I painted that back in 2015. There we go. Okay. And you see the sand scratch is going that way. So now I come over here and see these lines, how they line up here, here. That's what I'm trying to follow. Good Lord, it is getting warm in here. I might need to turn them lights off right there. Let's see. Yeah, oh. Yeah, that thing's working like a heater. I'll just unplug it from the wall. Crap. There. But I do need those when I go to working on the sides here along. I want to work the top first. When you get a job like this, you're like, where do I even start? It's all a mess all the way across. Of course, this is going to be on the back side of the truck, which is going to be against the bed. This is not going to be seen. And to the look of it, I don't think I'm even going to mess with this. I'm going to probably tape it up across here if I can. It really doesn't matter. What I may do, this is what I may do. It's slacking up now with the rain. Rain come and go. Is what I may do. I may work this one section right here because there's a lip. And I'm not going to worry from here down on the back. The way I got it is facing the door. The truck is facing me. So this is the way it's going to be on the truck. So this is what's going to be seen. This is where all the work really needs. This is where the most of the bad look of it is. But it's getting there. It's getting there. That's what I want, though. To see those scratches in there. Because that new paint, when I spray this, that new paint, I want something rough, and so the new paint will bond to it. If you look right there, you can see, this is original. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, but newer, fresher. And you can see where I've been sanding on. So that's good. I got to work a little bit on the edge. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the surface deck first, and then I'll work the edges. I got an edge right here, and then across the corners, down. But you always got to start somewhere, so I'm just going to start on the main big surface, which is primarily, if you look from the side, this is the way my truck is facing this way. This is what you're going to be looking at. When you first see a toolbox, you're going to see this. You're going to look at the lid. And the lid is what I'm working on first. And then on the sides here, along here, of course, this section sets more down in the truck, so it's going to have a lot less tension, but my primary goal is right here and on top. Of course, the back is not going to be seen because that's going to be against the back of the truck. So when you're taking on a project, you got to think about what is going to be seen and what isn't going to be seen, or what is not going to be seen. Like the bottom, or like underneath, you're not ever going to see the bottom of this. It doesn't got to be perfect. It's not a show truck, it's a work truck. It's a utility. I'll be able to, where in the world did I, man, I have moved. Ah, yeah, right here. Say, for instance, if I want to go fishing, because I like to fish as a hobbyist. I'm not a professional wrangler or angler. I get those two words mixed up every single time. I'm not a professional fisherman, but I just like fishing from the bank. Rebel and Rapala lures. That's all I ever used, and that's what catches it. A bunch of junk. This is basically a tool shed, but I cleaned out enough to where I can paint, I can work, I can get around this thing, I can move. I can do what I gotta do. That's all I need. Like I said, you're gonna have two videos coming out at the same time, basically. I may upload one right at, basically I'm gonna upload it one right after the other. I really don't need gloves. I got them, but I'm barely like squeezing this. I'm just working that corner right there underneath so I can get in those spaces right there. And I may end up having to go and get some rougher stuff than this. This is really worn and very used too as well. I may have to go over it multiple times to get the result that I'm looking for in there with them scratches. I really want some really scratchy. And I said that before, really scratchy. I want the new paint or the new compound. Like what I plan on doing is coating this with a truck bed liner out of a spray can truck bed liner, black. It may be glossy. It may have a lot more shine to it too, so it's going to look very new. This whole thing is going to look like a $1,000 toolbox when I get done with it. But you have more pride in it because you did a lot of work to it to get it looking that way. And this is a little bit of the process of doing that. Than just going out, if I had the money, just go out there and buy a brand spanking new toolbox at Truck Outfitters or something and be like, yeah, look at there. Yeah, that's what money can buy. But I don't have any money. I just got what I got. And I gotta use what I got to do what I gotta do. I can go out there and buy like another one of these or a few of these or something if I need to. And down the road, I'll get me that paint or whatever I'm gonna coat this thing with and make it look good. So I'm always out there looking about what to use. So if anybody can help me out in the comments, as far as I can see on the shelf is like I want to do a rattle can. I want to spray can this thing. Like Rust-Oleum, is that a good? I mean, the names out there, Duplicolor, Rust-Oleum. Just give me a comment. Give me a little tip if I could use one. Or what would look good. I kind of want. I want to get this thing looking like the ones you see at like Tractor Supply or some truck outfitters or something like that. But do it rattle can style. It doesn't gotta be perfect at all. But I want it to last. That's the thing. I'm looking for a product that I can spray on this thing that will last. And I'm trying to get the surface good enough, and I'm going to get some cleaner, and I'm going to spray this thing with some cleaner that's made for cleaning this type of stuff, not like Windex. I'm not talking about Windexing this whole thing up, but actual stuff that's made to clean the surface of this so the new paint or new Duraliner, whatever, will bond to it and stick to it for many years to come. So any comments that know, any truck guys, truck girls, truck women know what to use, or if you've done this before, let me know. Because this is a whole new thing to me of painting a toolbox. And two, it's aluminum. It's real lightweight. 2 fingers. I can pick it up. It's very, very lightweight. I can almost, if I had a long enough arm, I could cradle this thing and just pick it up and walk out there and put it in the truck. It's that light. But I ain't got big enough to reach around. I guess I'm going to end the video here. Of course, the top, the deck, the lid is going to need a lot more work done on it. The whole toolbox is going to need a ton of work right here. But as soon as I get further along with the process, that's when the next part of the series is going to take place. I'll be painting, actually taping these up. When I first got it, I was going to just tape up the key, but I think I'm going to just tape up this whole thing and just leave this. It does have a little bit of scratches here and there, but these handles are in good shape though. And two, it gives it character. You know, if I can fix this dent, I can do it, but if I can't, I'm going to leave it. It gives it character. And then the rain finally stops. Of course, it's going to be thunderstorming here in a minute. And I think the next time you see me working on this on the channel, it's going to be nice and bright outside in a couple more days. But what I'm going to do off camera here is I'm going to just take this, I'm going to just work this block a little bit more over here on this side in this section. Trust me, you're not gonna miss anything exciting. Maybe when it quits raining, I'll have this door opened up if it ain't cold. But yeah, I'm going to end it right here, and that's going to be it for the toolbox episodes.